Alrighty. Hey, Louise. Nice to see you on. It looks like we've got about 6 people. I'm just going to give a couple more minutes here. But look I'm just putting some lotion on my hands because I got some dry hands going on. So 'tis the season. It's dry here, but we're going to see some rain, I think, in another day or two. Then it's going to go back into the deep freeze, but I'm enjoying this 40-degree weather. I don't know about anybody else, but all right, Lee's on here. Nice to see you, Lee. Okay, so I'm going to do I'm going to cut up some paper tonight, and I'm going to show you a one-sheet wonder that I casing almost 100% from a template that Karen Titus had posted on her website a couple of years ago. And I love this design, and it's so easy. I just hope I don't mess up so on the card making here. But here's the stack of cards I made. I just actually finished them like maybe 40 minutes ago, but we'll go through them. And there's 2 of each. Now it's all going to be fresh freesia, you guys. So if you don't like fresh freesia, then I don't know, pretend it's a different color, evening evergreen or something like that. But I love this saying, I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. Isn't that fun? So I think that one's really fun. I got to flip these over because this is the way I'm going to be doing them too tonight. And I got my kits over there and I don't want to get them all messed up, but all right, here's another one. She used the postage stamp punch. Isn't that really fun with those edges? They look kind of scallopy. So we're making that one. And she actually only made one of these. I liked it so much that I made 2. So hopefully I can cut the paper correctly to make it that way. And then here's another one. Grateful for the everyday magic of you. I did not design any of the inside of the cards because you can slap a piece of basic white in there and design it how you want. And then here's some congratulation cards. I'll be sending those out to some of my team members. And then finally, this one, I made this really cute tiny bow. You matter to so many. So there's a piece of vellum underneath here. So when you're using vellum and you want it to just settle down, maybe some bright colors underneath, just add a piece of vellum under there and it just calms it right down. So these are all the cards we're going to be making. And there are, I think, 9 of them. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cards I got out of one sheet of 12 by 12. So we've got we're going to have to cut this paper, and it was really, really hard for me to do, but we can do it together. Now, this paper here, let me just put some things off to the side here, and hopefully they don't fall off my table. And I got my notes here for the cutting of the designer series paper, but it can be found in Celebration, and I'll let you know. I cannot show you the inside until January 5th, but if you have your Celebration brochure, it's on page 10 and 11. It's actually in the middle of the brochure. So if you don't have the Celebration brochure or the mini catalog, and you're not a demonstrator, and you are not working with a current demonstrator, you can email me and I'll get some out in the mail. My email is karen@inspiredbygraham.com. All right, so then I'm using this stamp set. It's all sentiments, but it comes with some dies. And this is called the Something Fancy Bundle. It's $45.75. So that's the cost of it. And then I'm teaming it up with some embellishments called, I just want to tell you what page they're on, but I probably won't be able to find that quick enough. And I can't show you the inside of this one, but it's on page 87 of your mini catalog. And find, let's see, opaque adhesive back gems. And they come in 4 different colors. So I found those looked pretty good with the card colors. So again, if you don't have these, let me know and I'll get some out in the mail. I'm going to be sending out a few more tomorrow. All right. My ordering special, I was going to tell you on my email today, I was going to let you know what the ordering special is. So come January 5th, I know you can't see this, but I will post this in another email going out after I do my live here. So during January 5th to the 12th, you can earn these card kits for free from me. And that way you can use your designer series paper because you need to get to an order of $50. So if you get to the order of $50, you can get this paper for free. Okay. And then you're going to get this class from me too with written instructions. And it's so simple. The cutting of all the rectangles and stuff, it's very, very easy. So you will get enough kits to make 9 cards. So that'll get you off to a great start. And if your order is $100, then I'm going to throw in a 1 pack of the opaque adhesive back gems. So if your order is $100, then you can get 2 of these, or you can get some other paper as well. So there's lots and lots of options in Celebration. So something fancy, and then all the dies. I don't have a template yet. I just didn't have time to do that because I've been sick, and I know some of you, my team members, are on here. I did get COVID, started coming down with it Christmas, and I got it from my husband because he was sick with COVID only for 3 days. I'm still testing positive, and it's been a week. So anyway, I hate those double red lines, but I've been doing okay. But my voice is different, and I don't have a sore throat. I don't have anything except for like a dry throat. COVID changed my voice. I hope I get it back because I don't like it. But anyway, so I've been a little behind. I'm just so exhausted. And it's making me like sleep like 8 to 10 hours a night, which I love, but that's really not me. So, but anyway, these are all of the dies. Look at all these. These are great for sentiments. They're great for background. Like I cut out the vellum in here. We'll be doing all the die cutting tonight because I'm going to be using the boho blue mini cut and emboss, which you can earn. You can add to your starter kit come January 5th. Okay, so that's the dies. I'll create a template a little bit, maybe not tonight, but another day, and I'll have that up on my Facebook page. But let's take a look at this beautiful paper, you guys. I really had a hard time picking what design I wanted to use for my one sheet wonder. So look at this, like, whoo. I would suggest if you're doing a one sheet wonder to use paper that is non-directional. Now, the design I used, and we'll be using this one tonight, is this one here. So to me, it didn't look directional. I turned it like this, and then I just kept turning it around. And every time I looked at it, there was a rose at least going one way, the correct way. So I think this is non-directional. So we'll be using this one tonight. I'm going to make the same exact cards for you guys, but look at this one, Calypso Coral. Oh my gosh, you could use Very Vanilla in this one too, but of course it's using the Evening Evergreen, which I always love to use. But let me tell you the colors. I didn't even tell you the colors that coordinates with this. So on the back of the designer series paper, they're telling you exactly what colors coordinate with the favored flowers. So it's called Favored, F-A-V-O-R-D, if you can't understand my voice, flowers, 12 by 12. Basic Black, Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, and Mossy Meadow. Those are all my favorite colors, so I think that's why I gravitated to the Fresh Freesia. But this one is a close second, really, it really is, truly is. And then on the back side is this Mossy Meadow. Okay, so there's that. Now this is another nice pattern. I thought about doing it tonight, but I just think the images are just too big to do one sheet wonder. but I love the back side of this one. It's got evening evergreen and mossy meadow combined. I don't know if you can see that well enough, but here's another pattern. The same one actually. And here's some more, lots of the colors used in this pattern here. And on the back side, we've got some pink. So again, you can get this for free with a $50 order. And with a $50 order, you got to use my host code, by the way. I didn't mention that. You'll get this class for free. So there is a deadline on this, and my deadline is January 12th. So you have a week, about a week, to place that order with the host code there. So there's another one. Every single pattern I just love. There is no wrong pattern in my eyes. I don't know about you guys, but anyway, that's the paper, and I'm going to stockpile this now. I was hesitant with it at first, but I opened up the package the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, right? So I'm going to actually do a class with this, the free class, but I'll probably be doing another one as well because I just love that paper. And it's easier to create cards when you really enjoy the patterns or the colors that you're using. All right, so you guys ready to get started? I'm going to cut this paper up. I'm not going to be looking at, wait a minute. Yeah, this is the right one. I'm not going to be looking at comments because I honestly cannot do that right now with a one sheet wonder. I really have to stay focused. All right, so I've got my Stampin' trimmer here. And again, I don't think there was any directional way. I kind of just turned it just to make sure. But there's roses going upside, downside, left and right. So I don't think it really mattered. So here we go. We're going to cut, we're going to start at the left side and go to the right side. And the biggest thing you will need to do is make sure you keep everything organized, okay? So your first cut, we'll open up that bar there. Let me just get these out of the way too. I don't want to drop those on the floor. Okay, so your first cut is simple. These are all really simple cuts. We're going to go 4 by 12. Okay, so I've got that on the 4. And here we go. We're going to cut it 4 by 12. Your next cut is going to be 3 by 12. All right, just make sure that paper's straight and we'll just cut it. Your next cut is going to be 1 3/4 by 12. All right, so it gets a little bit more tricky when it gets to be these smaller sizes, strips. So 1 3/4 by 12. And then we're going to go 1 1/4 by 12. So this one is right there. There's a small, hold on. It's a little bit harder and I don't want to, I'm going to just turn it around so I can use this other side. There, that's much easier for me. Okay, so we'll just turn that right around. And then you're left with this 2 by 12. Okay, so we're going to use that. Don't you worry. Okay, so now we're going to take that 4 by 12 piece and we're going to make 4 panels, and they're all going to be sized 4 by 3. So it's already 4. Now we're cutting them at 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3 and 4. I like to put them in order as I cut them too. So that's going to be your first pile. And then the second strip, which is 3 by 4, or 3 by 12, we're cutting it down to 3 by 4. Okay, so just the opposite of what we just cut. So you'll get 4 of these panels. Okay, the next cut is coming from the 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Or I'm sorry, the 1 3/4 by 12. We're cutting it to 5 1/4. And we're going to get 2 of these. So 1 and 2. Now, this is what you're left with, this beautiful flower. Let's keep it just in case we might want to use it. All right, so we've got 2 of those. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this one here, which is 1 1/4 by 12, and we're going to cut it the same length at 5 1/4. So you'll get 2 of these. 1 and 2. Again, we're left with this little piece here. We'll just save it. Okay, so now we've got all of these cut, and we've got our extra strip too, but we're going to be using that one. So I'm done with the paper trimmer. All right, I've got all my panels cut, but I don't have the die cutting done because I wanted to show you the boho blue. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stack these over here on top of each other. These are all the same size, just so I don't lose them. You know me, I always lose things. So I'm really going to try to stay organized. Okay, let me go over the things that you're going to need to create the cards. I've got my liquid glue. I got my ribbon scissors. I've got my Stampin' Seal. I got my take your pick. Evening Evergreen. Okay, I'm using just one ink color. And for this design, you can use Blackberry Bliss as well. You want a dark color for your sentiments so it will pop. So Evening Evergreen, Blackberry Bliss. You could use the Tuxedo Black Memento as well. That's a dark color. So definitely some kind of dark color in the pattern. Stampin' Dimensionals. I've got a new sheet, so we're going to see how many of these we use tonight. I've got glue dots. I've got my Fresh Freesia ribbon. This is the only thing that I'm using that comes from the annual catalog. All the other products are either Celebration or they're in the mini catalog. That's both going to be live on January 5th. Here's the punch. It's called the rectangular postage punch. It's kind of rectangle. And it's got all those nice little grooves around there. And of course, my bone folder, which is a hot mess, but it's just stained and it's not like... It's definitely not wet ink. This is what I use for adding ink or ink refills and getting those nice and juicy again. So, all right, the first thing I need to do is find my kit. And again, we're going to be making 2 of these. So kind of like a mass production in a way. So if you're crafting and you want to make a ton of cards, then you're going to, like in my card club, everyone gets 2 kits for 1 card with four designs. So I always tell them, make sure you are making both at the same time. That way you're not going to be totally like getting, you know, it's going to be much quicker is what I wanted to say. All right, so I've got everything cut. And so I've got 2 card bases, which is the Fresh Freesia, and it's cut. So it's going to be going this way. Horizontally, right? So it's going to be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So I've got 2 of those already scored with my, my trimmer. I've got some scrap basic white for stamping, and then I have my Mossy Meadow, which is just a 1/8 of an inch larger than the 3 by 4. So now I need to go grab from my pack 2 of these because these are all cut 3 by 4. And there's no right or wrong way of putting these on because it's a non-directional. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of the easy stuff first. That way we're not left with a bunch of things like in my space here. So the first easy thing for me is just going to be gluing these 2 onto the Mossy Meadow. So I will take my liquid glue and just, this is a new one, you guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of this I get on my fingers. And I still can't find my silicone craft sheet. I think it's in with my my bins for my in-person classes. I think it got, somehow Santa brought it downstairs. I don't know. He was up here in my craft room, you know, a week ago or so and just messing it up. But anyway, so that's 1, right? And then we're going to do the same thing. I love 3 by 4s because you can really maximize your paper. All right, so we've got another one. Oh, this, you guys, this is beautiful. I would say, I know there's another 12 by 12 paper pack that is very, very hot, the wildflower one. But don't overlook this one, you guys. I'm telling you, don't overlook it. All right, so that's done. Then we got to flip these over because they're all going to be raised up with dimensionals. And we'll be using 5 for every single one. And again, we're going to see if I can, I want to see how many I use because I want to add in, for the card kits, I'm going to add in either a half a sheet of dimensionals or a full sheet. I just need to know how many I'm using. So this will be a good test starting with a fresh sheet. All right, so we're going wicked slow, Karen. Let's go to speed it up here. Okay, so we'll just press those down. Okay, so those are ready. The next thing we want to do is let's do some stamping. So what I like to do is, I know some of you like to stamp first, then die cut. I actually like to do it the other way because I've been stamping for like, I don't know, 12 years or so. And, you know, I'm jinxing myself right now. But I like to just stamp with the die cut already cut. So I'm going through the plates here. We need to have number 1, and we also need to have number 2 and number 2. Now this is the boho blue that you can add to your starter kit for free. So pay attention to the offering that comes January 5th, okay? You can get it in the boho blue, which is going to be a new in color for next year, or you can get it in the white, same pricing. Okay, and if you don't need one of these die cutting machines, there's another option for you as well. I haven't memorized them yet, so sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to die cut this piece here. And let's see, where are my dies? Here we go. So I'm going to be using most of these. And the die I need is, I think, this one, but I'm going to just double check. Yep, it is. So what I do, especially in Card Club, I like to die cut 2 pieces at the same time. Now, I don't know if you do or not, but I do. But I've never tried it on the boho blue, so or the mini, the white mini cut and emboss. So I'm going to give it a try. And let's see what happens here. It's new plates, you guys, so they are not breaking. They're just cracking. Okay, so let's see if it went all the way through with just one swipe. It did. Okay, so there's a hint for you, okay? With your mini, you can cut out 2 at the same time. All right, so let me just, I'm going to close this up because it sits on my desk and I need all the space I can get, as you guys know. Okay. Sorry, I actually have a cough drop in my mouth, so I'm really not like eating anything. It's just my voice. It's killing me. Okay, I wonder if my grandsons are coming tomorrow, and I wonder if they're going to actually recognize my voice. Probably not. Okay, I want to get this straight, so you might see my head, but pardon my head, but I definitely want to get these straight. All right, that's not too bad. All right, so it's going to be a birthday card. It's going to be a belated birthday card. Okay, if you didn't see, I have some of that fresh freesia ribbon underneath the sentiment. So that is what we're going to do next. I definitely want to make sure these are dry because I don't know if you can see, that one got smudged. So we got to be careful with that. We also need to use one of these strips here too. So I'll grab, let me just grab one of those or 2 of those. Okay, so this is going to be needed as well. Okay. Turn this over. I'm going to add seal. My live is probably going to be 2 hours, just to warn you. You can always watch the replay too if it's past your bedtime. Okay, so fresh freesia. I will send the fresh freesia ribbon pieces of it in with the kits as well. All right, so to do this, this is where I'm like really slow at. I gotta master this. I'm not very good at it because I just try to think. Oops, see, I'm not doing it right. I just feel like I need to be perfect, and I know you guys are gonna say, Karen, you don't need to be perfect. I say that to you guys too, but I don't know. I always feel that way for some reason. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors and just cut it at an angle. And then we're going to do the same thing for this one. So it's kind of curvy here. Let me just, about that much is probably good. Okay, I like it, the loop coming off to the right side. All right, so it's not long enough. So I got to move it. Okay, that's not bad. Oops. There we go. Okay, so those are all set, ready to go. We need dimensionals on these because we got to lift it up. We got to lift it up off that paper so it doesn't get mushed in with, because you got the ribbon underneath that. So you want to get it up off that paper. So I'm going to add 5. You guys might think it's overkill, but that's going to buckle. So we definitely want to add one in the middle too. I feel like I'm so slow. I guess maybe it's just like, I didn't get really, really sick with COVID. I didn't get any fevers, nothing like that. I did get the night sweats like really bad the first night. I had to actually look it up because I didn't know what was going on with me. I mean, I'm serious. It was like sweating. If you've ever had gone through childbirth, it's happened to me both times where we got over to the nursery over that way, whatever that's called now. It's changed so much. That night in bed, I would like sweat so much and just sweating out all that water. Well, that's kind of definitely reminded me of that. All right, we need our card bases, right? So we're going to take our bone folder and burnish these really good. I just go up like 2-3 times. Wicked fast. This is what I do at Card Club, you guys. I do like hundreds of these and I just go 3 times really quick. Okay, and sometimes, I don't know if you notice, that your one side is going to overhang a little bit, so just be careful about that. I like to put the longer side in front, so they're just off by like 1/16 of an inch, so no big worries. All right, so then these two are going to go right up there, so we'll just add our liquid glue here and see. Oh gosh, I hate to put the glue on this flower side, honestly, because it's just so pretty. But we're going to add this right next to the score line there, because that's the folded side, about 1/4 inch away. And then we're going to repeat that process. I really wonder what it would look like this. I'm tempted. Oh, it's too busy. We definitely need the other side. I could tell. I didn't even like put it down there for more than a second. I already knew it was going to be too busy. Okay, so again, 1/4 inch. So we're doing the same thing. Your brain is only thinking about one thing, and it's this strip going on here. Then next is going to be this piece here. So now this is where I kind of look at it now, because what pattern is going to be like at my eyes. And I'm looking at this one right here. So that's the way I'm going to put this one on. So we're just going to add it just like that. Oops. Oh, shoot. I didn't take those off. Hold on. I'm just going to throw them on the floor. All right. Let's put this on here. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing. Okay. I usually use my take your pick. So let me just do that I'm quicker at it. Okay. Again, I'm looking at this. It's the same. Do you guys notice? It's the same pattern. So we're just going to add it just like this. Quick and easy. Now the sentiments, right? Those are already ready to go. So then we're just going to add this right in the middle of the 3x4. Before we press it down, we just make sure it looks good. And if you're worried about getting ink on the white, just flip it over and rub it from the back side. And then the same thing here. Okay, I've got it placed there. I always like to go like this. Okay, now the final touch is the opaque adhesive back gems. So again, then they come in 4 different colors, which is nice. You have some options here. Now these will not be included in the kits if your order is $50 to $99.99. To get these in the kits, you need to place a $100 order. That way it will help me, you know, not lose any money on the class. And that's kind of the honest truth. I can't like give these out for free. Free, you know, I've got to be able to cover my costs. So that's the reason why. So I'm actually using, let's see, I used the white ones on this one. I'm going to just change it up. I don't really care. Now this is Gorgeous Grape, and you might not think it works, but I actually think it does. It pulls the purple out. And then we've got some little bitty ones over here, which you'll need to use your putty end to get those up. So let me just going to put one right there. Okay, so that one's all set. And then we'll just go and do the, I'm going to put these on differently. Just some different areas instead of the other one. So we're forming our triangle. And then we'll grab that little tiny one and call it good. Okay, so that is card number 1. Isn't that beautiful? And then here's the one that has the white opaque gems. Okay, so there, I've got 4 cards. This is going to be great because I need, I had well over 1,000 cards in my stock. No kidding. But when I send my Christmas cards out, I do a photo card of our family, and I put a blank card inside as well, so people can use it for whatever occasion. And I went through a lot, so I need to replenish. All right, here's nothing fancy, just love. Okay, this one's got 1, 2, 3 panels under here. So this is when we're going to be using the punch. And let's grab, I want to just double check this is the right one. It is. So here's our kit. Now I'm going to punch out the rectangles first. This is where I screwed up because I started with the punch going this way. And I'm like, oh no, that is wrong. So I'll show you on a card that I made. It's a 3x4 panel that I had to jerry rig. I used these 2 pieces here that I cut out to fill the gap, and you really can't even tell. So that was my decision on fixing that. So this rectangle, it fits just perfectly. You be really careful because it's like really close. So we need 8 of those. See that? That's how close it is. So that's 1, 2, and then here's 3. And then 4. And 5. Now this rectangle punch has been around for a while, so I wonder if they're going to keep it in the annual catalog. That annual catalog will be coming out to demonstrators in April, or probably we'll get it before, but Okay, I can't remember how many that one was. Hopefully this is number 7. And then this one is number 8. I'm trying to do this without a Post-it note. I'm using the little... Got it. Okay. So really, this is all we're left with. So let's hope I have 8 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to clean up that area here. So now we're going to grab the 2 fresh freesias. Okay, these are cut 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Most of our sizes of our panels are going to remain the same. But if you want to practice your layout, all you need to do is put them on and then just move them around how you want. But you want them opposite. First, what I'm going to do, what I always like to do, I like to find the best rectangles that have the prettiest flowers. So let's do that first, and then we can fill in on the back side. So let's see, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. So I like the flower in the right corner. So that's just me, personal preference. And then there's this one here. Now, if you want, you could make them all flowers instead of adding these. You know, just flip it over to the same pattern. So this is what it would look like if you kept it the same. So always experiment when you want to try something different. Now, this would have looked better if the paper all kind of like the puzzle kind of went together. But you're going to be closing in that middle, so I don't think it really totally matters. But that's what this looks like. And then this is what this one looks like. So it's totally up to you. I like having the two-tone, 2 sides of the paper. All right, so we are going to go and we're going to glue these on. Oops. And I'm looking at, now the corners here is the one that's going to be covered. So don't worry, you know, don't have to worry about that one. You want the most flowers showing. Okay, so let's see. This one, actually, I gotta look at these again because I think I mixed them up. All right, this one. So I like to do the top and then I'll go down and do the bottom. So I get the equal distance on the top, left, and middle on that one. And then it's just the opposite on this side here. So then we need a flower pattern here. And then we're going to take another one here and we're just going to fill in the rectangle here. Oh man, I got a lot of glue on this one. I gotta get a tissue, hold on. Okay, so that one's all set. Let's get that one drying and then we're just gonna do the same thing. Now, if I had my silicone craft sheet, you guys know I wouldn't be making a hot mess with all this glue. But I will try to find that. I won't be doing a live on Thursday because we have company. And I'm going to save my family time for my grandkids because they only come up twice a year. So it's going to be nice to hang out with them up here. I'm probably going to take them tomorrow. We have them overnight. So hopefully nobody gets sick. And Finley says he wants to be a police officer. You know what 3-year-old doesn't say he wants to be like a firefighter or a police officer. So I'm going to take them to the fire station and the police station. And I'm going to surprise them tomorrow. So we'll probably do that in the afternoon. Okay, that is done, right? So this one's a little wet, so we're going to work with this one next. And our next layer up, it looks like to be, is Evening Evergreen. Again, it's only 1/8 of an inch bigger. So hopefully I cut these correctly. We'll have to see together if I did or not. That one looks pretty good. And then the same thing here. See what I'm doing? I'm just focusing on the same step. And then we'll move on to the next one. I like the liquid glue the best just because it does give you enough time to get it straight. Okay, that's done, right? Next step is going to be Stampin' Dimensionals. So we will grab 10 of those. And we'll see. The next step after this is going to be the sentiment. Well, we'll put this on the card base and then we'll work with the sentiment. Looks like we got a hex gone, so I'll have to get out the die cutting machine again. And you'll get another opportunity to see the boho blue in action and one of the new colors for next year. Okay, take your pick. Take those all off. Oops. And then we got this one. Okay, let's find our card bases. Oh, we totally forgot the darn it. I forgot the Blackberry Bliss panel. Uh-oh. Oh, well. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pop it up. And then what I can do is put this right down on top of the card base. Okay. It really doesn't matter. It's still going to get height. It's just a little bit tricky to get it on there, but we did. Got it on there. Now we'll take and find the card bases and the bone folder here. Okay. Now, instead of raising this up, since it's already, you know, raised up there, we're just going to glue this right down to the card front itself. So we'll just take our glue and make some kind of design with your glue. Okay, that one's all set. I tend to just go all the way around and just a little bit in the middle. Okay. What we could do next is we could also take the ribbon and add that on. So I'm going to just add some seal to right here on both of them. And we'll take that fresh freesia ribbon. And I know it's going to go about half the way here. So we'll just add it this way and then just angle cut up here. And then we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Now we're going to do some die cutting. So let's put these aside and grab the boho glue. Now, if they had Evening Evergreen, you guys, oh, would I love that. All right, I got some scraps here of basic white. And then number 1 and number 2, we're going to double stack the paper so it's easier and quicker. And again, these are just scraps. Oops. Uh-oh, my cat just came in. Glenn just let her in. So she's going to hear me talking and she's going to want to come in. I know it. I don't know what she's going to do tomorrow when the dog gets here. She hates dogs. She's going to have to hang out in our bedroom all until like a Friday. All right, we'll see if that one... Sorry, that's wicked loud. Let's see if that... Look at that. There's 2. You probably could put 3. It's my guess. All right, so here's our die cuts, and we want them so that this straight line is at the top and nothing fancy, just love. And we'll grab our Evening Evergreen ink. And I'm going to get my head in the way. Oh, man, that one really stinks. Oh, that one's awful. Okay. Oh, gosh, I really don't like that one. And you know what? I'm just going to stamp on the back side of this one because it's still got some nice etching on it. Here. Jeez, I hope you just didn't hear that. Oh, boy. My husband, I tell you, he has no filter. All right. I'm going to, sorry, I'm just laughing too much. He has no idea. He knows I'm doing a live in here. Jeez. All right, 3 is the name of the game on that one. And we'll just get those off really quickly. We're almost done this one, then we'll move on to the next one. If anybody's still with me. I hope so. Again, if it's past your bedtime, just I'll have this saved so you can see it on the replay. Okay, this goes right in the middle. So when I put this down, I want to make sure that these points are in this area right here. And then we'll flip it over. Okay, and then we got this one. Again, the points go in that crease. And this one is the one that I messed up on, but it still looks pretty good. All right, since we used the Gorge Scrape last time, let's use, I'm going to use the white. Just going to mix it all up. So 3 sizes. So you got small, medium, and large, which is really nice. Well, can't grab that one. There we go. All right, and I'll just, oops, that's not good, Karen. That one's going straight up. We don't want that one going straight up. So I'm just going to put 2 down here. All right, so that's that one. And then this one has to have 3 of the whites as well. All right, there we go. That's this one. Phew! I like this one a lot because of the punch. Okay, so not too bad, right? Okay, so now I've got 4 cards of those. And again, you'll be making 2 of those in for your kits. Okay, next one, very similar, right? I mean, you can see how this is going, this One Sheet Wonder. The design makes really, really nice cards, right? I think the paper's doing all of the work, really. Okay, so we have kind of the same thing, except for I got to be fancy with that ribbon. All right, this is the scrap here to die cut. And then I've got Mossy Meadow, Basic White, and Evening Evergreen. And then I need to grab 2 of these. All right, and now I'm just going to do the easy part first. So we're going to layer all these together. And I think I'm going to glue prep both of them at the same time. I've never done this, so I want to give this a try. See if it's quicker. Okay, so again, this is 3 by 4, right? And then another 1/8 of an inch wider, so 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, and slide it into position. And then again, so now we have 2. Then we add our glue again. And we're going to mount this on Evening Evergreen. I hope I don't lose my voice. Oh, wait, that is too big. Wait. Whoo! Basic White, sorry. I really hope I don't lose my voice. Like, oh, I don't know why COVID took my voice. I hope it doesn't like stay like this for the rest of my life, honestly. Okay, so there's our Basic White. It kind of, adding the Basic White just breaks up the greens, okay? So then let's, oh man, that's a lot of liquid glue there. And then this one is just 1/8 of an inch. So always 1/8 of an inch up. Okay. And then we've got this one here. Are you guys liking this card design? Do you like the paper? That would be nice to, why don't you guys chat that up? Do you guys prefer like a different style one sheet wonder? Have you ever tried one sheet wonders? Let us know. That would be nice. Maybe you guys have already chatted about that. I have no clue what you guys are chatting about. I hope you're chatting though, right? I hope you guys all had a great New Year's too. We absolutely did nothing because we were sick. So, and my husband had to work. Thankfully, his job, he can work because he usually, on the weekends, he doesn't work with anybody. So he still was self-isolating. Okay, again, we've got dimensionals. I just want to make sure those look right. All right, so we're doing the same thing. Dimensionals go on. Then we'll take the backings off. Press them down first. Just make sure they're on there. Because sometimes if you don't push them on hard enough, they're just going to come off. All right, so that's quick and easy with that tool here. Okay, now is our chance to look at the paper and to see which way we want it to go. This is the area that's going to get covered up. So I'm going this way. And it's because of that rose right there. Okay, and next, same thing. I'm going with that rose as well. Why does this look different? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to a bigger space at the top and the bottom. I think that's what it is. All right, we're going to die cut once again. And I'm going to lose these if I don't put them back on the magnet sheet. And we're going to be using this die next. And we'll see if we can, once again, die cut 2 at the same time. So we got 1 and number 2. This card seems like it's going quicker. I got so many shadows. I'm still working on my lighting. At nighttime, it just gets too many shadows. I don't know how to fix that. Okay. And that one goes back on my magnet sheet. And then grateful for the everyday magic of you. It's kind of a nice sentiment. There we go. Not too bad. Now we gotta we gotta do that thing again with the ribbon, right? Oh boy. All right, let's take our seal. I think this is the one I had to use Scotch tape on. Okay, so just gonna pretend I know what I'm doing. I want to make 2 double loops up here. All right, that's okay. It is what it is. I don't want to use more than what I think I was overkill on this one, so I'm using less ribbon on this. Now you can see where that might come off. I know I have some tape around here somewhere. Of course, now I can't find it. A new basically I had some tape and it's right there, brand new one. So if you want, you can just tape some, put some Scotch tape on there. That way we know it's going to stay there. All right, now we're just going to, oops, wrong end. Oh, gosh. I just like trying way too hard. Just I got to not think about it, right? Actually, I was just thinking about, am I going to, every morning, I have this routine now. All right, I get up and I go downstairs and I have breakfast. With my breakfast, I bring my little stupid old test kit with me while I'm watching news, eat the breakfast, wait the 15 minutes and see what we get. Do we get 2 lines or do we get 1 line or do we get 1.5? For 2 days in a row, I got 1.5. And then last night, or this morning, I got 2 solid lines again. So I don't know. Has that ever happened to you guys? If anybody out there got that stupid dreaded COVID, and how long did it take you to test negative? I think it's going to take me 10 days. Looks like we're going to use more than 1/2 of this sheet of the dimensionals. So in the kit, I will definitely include a full sheet of the Stampin' dimensionals because you're going to need them. And I want you to make sure you're popping these up when you need to pop them up. Now, again, the opaque gems will not be included at the $50 level, but if it's 100, your order is over 100, then those will definitely come to you free. All right, so here we go. All right, isn't that, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I have so many backings. I'm just throwing them on the floor right now because after I get done, I cannot leave this room without sweeping my floor because it's something I don't want to come into. Tomorrow morning is a floor full of Stampin' Dimensional backings, right? So that's what I do. Okay, this one, I don't want to cover that one up entirely, so I'm going for this green where the leaves are. Okay. Final step, you guys know. Let's get out these gems. And we will, sorry, I'm probably way off camera. We'll quickly add 3. Okay, that's 1. Oh, card clubbers. I don't know if I've got card clubbers on here or not. I don't even know who's watching. So I put out the questionnaire. The one question for card club members was I let them decide what they wanted to use for a bundle this month. And I only had like maybe 7 people respond. I'm like, no, we need to have 50% respond, right? So I got over 50% of people responding, so that made me feel really good. So we are going to be using the florets. That one was won by like almost 50%. So that's what we'll be using. And let me, I can tell you what page it is on the mini catalog because it's, of course, it's carrying over, right? We've had it for a while. But I know most of you have it, but it's on page 65 of the mini catalog. So again, if you don't have a catalog, I'd be happy to send them to you as long as you're not working with a demonstrator or you're not a demonstrator yourself. So, all right, there's 4 more cards. And our next one is this one, congratulations. And then after this one, we only have 1 more, hopefully. Okay, if I did this correctly. This one, I'm throwing in basic black. Okay, and it is one of the colors that is in the designer series paper. Now, I'm not making on any of the insides or the envelopes. I'm not doing that. I figured you guys know how to do that. And just put some weight in there. If you don't want to use the punch, and you cannot do that card, and just use that strip for strips to put on the bottom of your white panels. Okay, so we have 1 and 2. And again, these are going on the black side, or basic black. 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. All right, my husband just went to bed and he's probably going to start snoring in 5 minutes. Somebody start the counter. Okay, next, guess what? Let's see how many we're gonna use almost this whole sheet. If you're around at the end, I'll show you the my next crafting kits. I don't know if you know, I am making crafting kits now. So we did the mini clipboards, And those sold really nicely. And I'm actually, those are still available. I'm going to make them as people order them. For $20, you got some kits there. That one's on my website, inspiredbygraham.com. But I'm so sorry. I just remembered I didn't upload the list pad one. So I've got to get on that. Another thing I've got to put on my plate for tonight. Because you know when those grandkids come, I'm not going to have any time. All right, so here's these two. This one's just like that other one we made. But anyway, the kits they've been such a great idea. So I don't know if you know, I am making kits to sell, and I know a lot of you are craft fair followers, and I do make cards as well. But I like to teach you how to make things that you can sell. And with my kits, you have the opportunity to make, I think with this one, it's 6 list pad holders. That way you're not going out and buying 100 of something that you may not even know if you're going to enjoy using. Or in your area, it may not sell. So I'm giving you the opportunity to kind of learn from me and what kind of sells in my area. And these sold really nicely at my last craft fair, which was in actually 2020. Wait, 21. I couldn't do the craft fair this year because I went to On Stage in Montreal, so I kind of had to decide what I wanted to do. And of course, I'm going to a Stampin' Up! Event for sure. So anyway, okay, that's good, right? Now we are going to grab the boho. I'm going to call this the boho all the time now. It's really a mini cut and emboss, but in boho blue. Now this one, I just need to cut in half because I'm going to double this one up too. Now this one might be a little tricky because it's a smaller die, so I'm not sure if I'll have to, I'm going to try just running it through once and see what we get. And it looks like it did a great job. All right, so there's 2, and they've got that a nice etching around the edges, so that'll save you some time, especially if you're die cutting 100 of those. Now, if you're die cutting 100 of the same thing, man, get some good music on, right? Or a nice movie. I've been like into the Hallmark movies lately. I'm not sure why, but they make good background noise, and I always have to make work with some kind of background noise. Okay, those actually look pretty good. So on this one, I still used ribbon, but you may not see it, but it is there. It's just right underneath the congratulations die. So what I did was, I'll flip those over, take my Stampin' seal, and add some to the back side. Then the ribbon, we want it a little bit longer, so it goes off the edge. And so I'm just kind of lining it up on the solid piece of the ribbon there. And let's just angle cut that one, and then we'll do the same thing. And this time I'm going to do it the opposite way. Now that one, needs to be angle cut there. And I got to double check this one to make sure they're cut the same way as the angle, and they are not. So let's quickly fix that. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Grab some dimensionals. And let's find the cards here. Now, you can put these anywhere you want. What I always look for is an area that's, you know, could be easily covered up. It's like it's got too much green or what have you. I like this sentiment down low. Now, if you could put it on either side, it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to actually do this one differently. I'm going to put this one over here. Even though that's hanging off the edge, that's okay. There's enough here that I could still trim that down. And we'll trim this one down to match. That's when you're going to want some super good sharp scissors. And this one here, I'm going to just, oh, well, let's see. I'm going to go back to this side. So we got, oh, this is not straight. I'll fix that later. And it looks like I need to take that backing off. Okay. All right. Now this one, I threw in this color of, honestly, I don't know what that is. If you guys know what this color is, I haven't had a chance to look it up. Can you post that in the comments? I don't think it's polished pink, but it might be because it's kind of like a muted color. But if someone could look that up, that would be awesome. So we would know what this color is. I think it looks fine. You know, I'm using all these colors, so it doesn't really matter. I don't like to, I mean, I like to use my embellishments, so. And it's okay if they're not like 100% the same color, because you can, they make it kind of like when you have a lot of background busyness, it does take, when you add something like this, a different color, it's going to take your eyes off all the busyness and draw it so you're seeing more than one thing. Okay, so for me, I'm looking at this, I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing this, and then my eyes will travel up here. And then finally, I've got this piece over here. So my vision kind of sees everything on here. Okay, this one is kind of weird. Let me see. I think I need to sneak a little dimensional on that end there, but I'll do that off camera. All right, so that's 4 cards. We got one left, you guys. And this is the one I use with the vellum. Okay, so here's that vellum, which I was talking to you about. If you want to just mute a pattern that's underneath, just throw some vellum under there, and that will do the job. Okay, so our last panel is this one, 3x4. And we've got that scrap. We're going to get busy and get all these pieces adhered first. There's our 3x4. And then we're going to go with some fresh freesia. This is the first time I've added fresh freesia in there as a panel. This is actually the last card I made. So I said, I need to get some fresh freesia in there. Let's give it a try. So that's what I did. Okay. Whoops, threw that one over there when I actually need it. Perfect. Yesterday I went to work for the first time. I know I worked on New Year's Day, but I had to because I missed all of last week because of illness, and you can't go to work when you have COVID. it until after 5 days, so I didn't meet that until yesterday. So I had almost, you guys, not kidding, I'm not kidding, almost 300 emails. I'm serious. I'm like, how the heck am I gonna get through all these emails? Because I wasn't working 8 hours. I worked actually 5 to see how I could work without falling asleep, which I did fine. But I got down to like 40 some. No, I was in the 30s. And then I got to work today and I got almost 100. So, oh my gosh. So I really, I want to just, it drives me crazy when I have that many in my inbox. But now I'm not going back to work until Friday. So it's going to happen all over again. But that's what it is. Okay, so now our last die cutting with this beautiful boho blue mini cut and emboss. We're going to try to die cut this at the same time. So we got 1 and 2, and then I need my vellum. And let's see, what dies do I need? I need this one here for the white, and then this one for the vellum. So what I'll do first is see what is the right direction, and I'm going to cut this down, and then we'll put this on here. I like to go in the machine portrait mode. Okay, and now this one will see, I love to use my scraps, right? Some people would just throw that out, but not me, because it costs me money, right? Every little piece costs you money. I try to be as thrifty as I can. And don't forget about that clearance rack, you guys. I haven't looked at it in a couple of days, but they had some designer series paper on there that would make great one-sheet wonders. So you should check that out. And go to my website. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get this in before it moves. And hit the specials tab, and then it'll bring up all the specials, and it'll say clearance rack at the bottom. And I tell you what, if you're into craft fairs, you should grab some of that paper if it's still there, some ribbon, embellishments, all that you can, because it's so cheap. Inexpensive, I should say. It's not cheap products, because the products that I use are top notch, and that's what I want to use. I don't want to use like products that are, you know, they look cheap, because honestly, paper sells. And I know if I made list pads like this, that would probably sell even more. So make sure you always check out the clearance rack. All right, so then this is going to go on here. It's hard to see, but and you want to put your adhesive only in middle, because if you put it all the way around the edge, you're going to see it. All right, so now we're going to grab that last stamp, and it says, "You matter to so many." And I haven't lost anything, you guys. I'm so proud of myself tonight. All right. Now that die might be a little bit too big, but I wanted to throw in that vellum. And I'll be making a tiny little bow. So, oh shoot, you know what? I was supposed to pop that up. So I'm just going to pop up this one instead. And I think you can get away with just 4 dimensionals on this one. Just move them in closer. And then you just make sure you cover it up, which this is big enough to do the job. And then I'm going to just take a look at it, make sure it's good and straight, and I'm going to press it from the back side. Now we're going to make a little tiny bow. And this is the bow right here. It's really tiny. So I'm just going to use the end of the bolt of ribbon. And then I'm I'm going to pull with my left hand to get that knot as flat as I can. Actually, it's flatter on that side. Now, I'm not going to cut these down yet. Let me just, I want to just get this off. Now, this is, of course, way too big, right? You want a really dainty, tiny one. So I'm just going to use my thumb as a marking point and angle cut. And then I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to use my thumb. And I'm going to go this way. Try not to cut myself. Now, I'm going to put this on and I'm probably still going to trim it down a little bit. But where's my glue dots? Here they are. This is the only time I use glue dots. And let me find one there. I'm going to add the bow knot to the glue dot and then I'll pinch it and it'll come off. And then I'm just going to put it in this little corner over here. And this side is longer, so let me see if I can get it. It's kind of not a, there we go. It's not too bad. And then we're going to finish up with the whites. Let's use some white. So we'll go, again, 3 different sizes. So the large and the medium and the really tiny one. All right. Phew. How long did that take? 82 minutes and 49 seconds. Sweet. That wasn't too bad, actually. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. So let me just clean up my area here so you guys can see all this. This is so exciting. I have 18 cards now. So you matter to so many. Congratulations. All those. And then grateful for the everyday magic of you. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I have enough room here. Nothing fancy, just love. That's so cute. And I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. Isn't that fun? Okay, so there's all the cards. Again, you can get all this, 9 cards, and written instructions by placing an order between January 5th and the 12th, oh shoot, I put 2022 on there. That's the first time I've actually made that mistake already. So $50 order will get you the card kits. It will not get you the embellishments, but if your order is $100 or more, using the host code, you'll get a whole pack of all these. I don't even know how many are in there. 240, okay, divided by 4 colors. So you guys can all do the math. So remember, we had these 2 little pieces here left. You could, let me see. You could fussy cut those out and maybe put it on the inside or something like that, but you can still use those. So anyway, I'll have this up on my website eventually. I got to get that done before I go to bed tonight. I'll re-email this out probably tomorrow with a link to this video so you guys can see all the details on this. So again, a $50 order with this host code, which is, I know you can't see probably, RYC242DU, and I didn't come up with that, Stampin' Up does, then you'll have to use that number, and I will have it embedded into the email, so you don't even have to put that in, unless your order is more than $150 or more, then I don't want you to use the host codes because I want you to receive the Stampin' Rewards that you'll get at least $15 worth of free products from Stampin' Up. And you'll still get all these kits too, okay? So then I was also going to show you one last thing, which is my list pad crafting kits to go, basically, is what they are. And let me just move these out because I got a new bin. I love this bin. I got a gift certificate last year for Michael's and I hadn't used it. So it fits this perfectly. So here are my list pads, and I use the Stepping Stones Cling Stamp Set from Stampin' Up. It's $22. You can add that onto your order. But here are all of the lovely list pads that you will make with this kit. You'll get 6 pens. You're going to get 6 pieces of cardstock. You'll get the designer series paper already cut. You'll get these punch shapes. I can't stamp this for you because that's against policy. You'll have to have the stamp set, purchase the stamp set. You can purchase it directly from me, or you can use whatever you want. I like inspirationals. And then here are the rhinestone basic jewels that you'll get a full sheet of. All right, so here's this one. And then this one's kind of fun too. It says wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been. This one I didn't really stamp 100% great, but use the stitch rectangles. An obstacle is often a stepping stone. This one's fun. Follow your own star. And then dream no small dreams, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. On the inside, I have them decorated too. These list pads will be whatever I can get. You know, this one kind of doesn't really match, but it's okay. For me anyway, it's okay. These are refillable. I'll have a video to show you guys how to do that. So let's see. Here's what it looks like. You're going to receive it just like this, and I'll throw in mountains of thanks as well. So there's your, you get 6 pens, multi-purpose liquid glue, the rhinestones, some tear and tape, trying to think what else is in there. I think dimensionals, the cardstock. Here's all the list pads. There's 6 of them in there. You'll get 6. And I don't know if you can see it, but the cardstock is 8.5 by 11 is on the back there. So this is how it will come to you. And I'll make sure it's really nicely packaged just like this. I think that's pretty good. And it will ship January 18th that week. It closes out on January 11th. So I did send out this, the link to order. I cannot post the link here because it's got some product in here that I can't cash and carry. Which is the stamp set is one of them, and the rhinestones as well. I think that was the things that I could not. That's the reason why I can't give you the link. But if you're on my email list, you certainly can get it that way. And to do that, all you need to do is go to my website, inspiredbygraham.com, and fill out that pop-up, and that gets sent to my constant contact, and that's how you can register or get the information. If you want the information now, you can just shoot me an email. I'd be happy to send that out. I've been sending it out quite frequently lately. And that is Karen at inspiredbygraham.com. So I hope you enjoyed my one sheet wonder. Super fun. And here's all this happiness. So I'm going to sign off now, and I will see you next week. Again, I'm not going to be live on Thursday here because I got family in town. I'm going to enjoy my family, and then I'll switch seats, and I will maybe be watching some movies and watching some other YouTubers out there. So you guys have a... Oh, wait, I didn't check to see if there's any questions. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. I got some new people on here. That's always fun. Oh, can you cut multiple layers on the big machine too? Yes, you can, for sure. Carla, are you going to be on YouTube every Monday now? So I'm on Mondays and Thursdays. Monday, I switched off of Facebook because they were not being kind to me, and I'm done with being controlled by Facebook. So it's always going to be YouTube, and I'm not going to have any more issues there. So I'm going to download the link, and I'll shoot it over to Facebook, and you could watch it as a replay, but it's always on YouTube now. And usually Mondays like is a craft fair thing. It's pre-recorded, but I've missed too many lives that I wanted to come on tonight instead. So that's just something different. Oh yeah, Debbie, those ribbon loops shouldn't be that hard, but they sure are. I totally agree. Denisa Beck Milky Dots are Mango Melody, Night of Navy, Petal Pink and White. No, these aren't milky. These aren't milky dots. They're maybe I said that. They're opaque adhesive back gems. Sorry, Deb. Oh, okay, you would put that on there. So gorgeous grape melon. Oh, it's melon mambo. Oh, that's really interesting. Fresh freesia and white. Okay. All right, so I'm going to sign off and I got laundry to do. All right, I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, you take care.